You are listening to the best in gospel music on FWR, Free Worship Radio.
Welcome to Lyrics and Laughs with Hughes, where each week we spotlight your favorite artists, some of the funniest comedians, feature the latest music, and have lots of fun doing it. We've got another exciting show in store for you today. Stay locked right here on FWR Gospel. Happy Sunday! It's Sunday, so that means it's Fun Day. And for our comedy segment this week, we're featuring Dennis Gazziola, who shares some funny insights about letting his daughter date. Listen in.
A Mexican mom doesn't give statistics. She doesn't give facts. She'll just give examples. You're going to end up like your cousin Lupe. So I had 6 kids, 5 boys, 1 girl. Yeah. My daughter is 15. She's beautiful, straight A student. Made varsity cheerleader as a sophomore. And the boys are knocking at the door now. What's the right age? Let her date. 16? No, I don't like you. I need a dad. Dad, what's the right age to let my daughter date? That's a good answer. There's not a right age. I told her 33. Said Jesus never went on a date. If you outlive the Lord.
Well, I guess he's got a point. God bless his daughter. I hope that changes for her. Listen, up next, we've done something special this week. You're going to hear a little bit more about me. Stay tuned for more. Welcome to Lyrics and Laughs. I'm your host, Hughes. And this Sunday, we're going to do something a little different. We are 11 shows in. Woo! Hoo. But so many of you have reached out and said, Lay, we're learning so much about the people you're interviewing, but can you tell us more about yourself? So I really, really appreciate you all want to know a little bit more about me, and I'm happy to dedicate this show to sharing more about who Lay is and sort of my background and, another cool way for us to connect. So again, thank you. What I've done is collected a lot of your questions that you've either sent me through direct message or in other formats. And I'm just going to toss them out and answer the questions today. Now, in true form and fashion to the show, I am going to share a little bit about my background or bio, which is a little weird to read my own bio out loud. But I think it's a good starting point for us to have some conversation. And again, just to give some foundation about who I am overall. And I think some of the great questions that came in this way will be helpful for sort of answering some more specific and detailed questions about me. So, who is Lay? Well, I'm an award-winning speaker, facilitator, and human resource professional with a specialty in diversity, inclusion, and belonging. Coupled with degrees in psychology and theology, I have held many church and corporate leadership positions. I've been featured on several national and local news broadcasts where I've shared expertise and provided commentary on many pertinent social topics. I've served on numerous political forums, and I have a deep passion for serving in the community. And I did that for many, many, many years before focusing more on my family. And I still do it, but just I'm not out there as much as before. And when I wasn't doing that, I was singing. Your girl was singing in the background. I was a background vocalist for many years, sang with some of the best in the business, long-standing groups and choirs who are out there right now, still going, still pressing. But of course, I stepped away. And now I get to use my voice in a different way. It's to talk to you. It's to share on FWR Gospel Radio. So really excited about this opportunity. And I do want to take a pause and celebrate Pastor John Tillery and First Lady Katina Tillery, who are the founders and owners of this online radio platform. Thank you so much for creating a space for me and my voice. And of course, the interesting conversations I've been able to have with so many amazing people who've already been a part of this show. So thank you. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in and checking out the playback on my YouTube channel, iHeartLay. Please be sure to subscribe to that channel, like it, listen, share, all of the good stuff. These are some really great conversations I'm having with some of gospel's great artists, and would love for this story to continue to be told. And I'm really amazed at how blessed I've been with getting folks to talk to me. I have to be candid, though. A lot of these folks are people I've known for years. They're good friends of mine. And we talk anyway. So it's just been us being able to share our conversations for a broader audience. And then there have been a few that you've heard where I've reconnected with them after many years. But I think that is a testament to the deep relationships that have been formed over the years because of my singing in the background. So I definitely have a musical tie, and feel really blessed again to be able to sort of continue these conversations just in a different way and use my voice in a different way to share other people's stories and to highlight their musical journey. So let's get to some of these questions. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to start with. Let's see. I'm looking through here. Let's go in deep. So this first question is from Jenny W. So thank you so much, Jenny, for sending this in. And Jenny's question is, what is your biggest fear? Now, first, let me just say, I probably should have actually thought about the answers to these questions, but before getting on here, but I thought there was some value in the shock factor. So let me answer in truth and in candor. Gosh, what is my greatest fear? At first I was going to say failure, but that's not true for me anymore. I failed many times. So I'm not afraid of that anymore. Doesn't mean that I want to fail again, but I've been there, done that. So it's not failure. I really think my biggest fear is not pleasing God. Now that sounds kind of deep. Oh, glory. But I really wake up each day with the intention of trying to make God smile. And because I deal with this flesh and because I'm human, I don't always hit the mark. And that really messes me up. It really does. And I know God is gracious and he's understanding and he forgives us. But at the end of the day, of each day, and I sit back and reflect on sort of how I navigated the decisions I made, how I showed up for people, my biggest fear is not pleasing God. That's my truth. It really is. And it almost consumes me sometimes because I really want to impress God. I want him to be proud of the decision he made to create me and to give me life and to give me space and purpose. That means so much to me. It's not a lot of other things that really shake me. I mean, we can go real foundational and say, certain bugs or, the basic stuff. I'm a girly girl. So, so all of those things are relative to me, but if you want a real genuine answer, Jenny, then it would be not pleasing God. So I just to add another layer to that, one thing I've learned about myself in more recent years is I really am hard on myself. I am my worst critic. Like some of y'all listening, and you beat yourself up. I do that too, but the angle for why I beat myself up so bad is because I really, really, really want to make sure that everything I do pleases God. So great question. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you sending that in and giving me a moment to think about that, because I don't know that I've ever really thought about that and what's true for me in that space. It ain't people either, you know. I've had enough experiences in life, and if you've been listening to my shows, you've heard me refer to myself as a woman of accumulated years. So, as you can see, I can crack myself up too. But because I have walked through so many years with the Lord, I have developed, keyword developed, some tough skin, because I'm, of course, much younger. Growing up, I was a bit more sensitive, but it took those experiences or challenges or, just moments to build that tough skin. And now, honey, child, don't. Okay, don't do it. So, so not even people, is an issue for me. Wow, I'm having a moment. So again, Jenny, thank you so much. I'll jump to some of the other questions. But what a great way to start the conversation with myself for you all to listen, where I get to answer that first question. What is your biggest fear? I love that. And you know what? As I am talking this thing out loud, great people, I want to encourage you to ask yourself these same questions. What is your biggest fear? What are the things that that resonate with you about what I said? And I'd love as much as possible to have this be interactive. I know it's kind of hard to do that airing on online radio, but my goodness, follow me on my Instagram at Lyrics, Laughs, and Lay, and drop some comments, or do like others and just, direct message me what some of your thoughts were around this. So I will kick back with another lighter question, I think. And this next question comes from Tina J. Thanks, Tina. This question from Tina is, what was your favorite school subject? Oh my gosh. Now I gotta think back. Okay. I do remember being fond of English. Now let me preface that by saying that overall I did pretty darn well in school. Doing well in school was a standard set by my mom. It was an expectation. It was not an option to, kind of go to school and fluff and just get through the day. No, it was, she was checking my papers and looking for grades and proofreading and making sure that all of the work that I submitted was excellent. And helping me to develop my brain even at a young age. So I did pretty good, but I remember my favorite subject being like English and language arts. Even in elementary school, like I learned how to read, pretty quickly, and always look for opportunities to read in class. And then over time, it became music as I got older, and music became an elective in school. So I enjoyed music. And if you've been listening to the show, then one of my former music teachers, Dr. Patrick Lundy, was a featured guest in a previous episode. So got to come full circle there. So English and music and drama was not an offering in class, like, as a class option when I was in school, but that was an extracurricular activity that I got to be a part of. So that was fun. Some of those after school things, but anything related to being creative, storytelling, like, again, sort of that reading and language arts lane, I love and still love. Now, I can't say that I'm the biggest reader ever. I have someone in my world who read how much was it? 122 books last year. 122 books. That is amazing. She is a hero, and if she is listening, know that I'm talking about you. I don't know many people who read 122 books, but that fascinates me how folks can really lean into books that way. I think I'm that way with TV. Now, I don't know how many TV shows I didn't watch, but I'm sure it compares very close to the amount of books that that particular person read. I don't want to share her name, but I'm pretty sure she knows I'm talking about her because I'm such a fan of her and really celebrate that she was able to do that. So, anyway, I'm on a tangent, which is typical when you're talking to yourself. But Tina J, let me recap that my favorite schooling subject started as language arts. I think that's the best way to capsize it. Like reading language arts and then, oh, English, that's what it was, English. And then morphed into like music and all the creative stuff. So yeah, I I still think about those classes even now and some of the things that I learned from those experiences and again especially when I was in choir. I mean, when you love a thing, it just kind of follows you and you lean in and it becomes a part of you and not much that you can shake from there. Um yeah, so thanks Tina J. I appreciate your question. All right, Robert T tossed out a question. Robert's question is, do you have a small or big family? Let's see. So I'll start with the fact that I'm an only child. So shout out to the only children. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Need a friend? Call me. Um, so from that perspective, family is, I grew up in a pretty small ish family. It was just my mom and I. She raised me as a single parent in Washington, D.C. So I was raised in the actual Washington, D.C., not the DMV region. And if you're from Washington, D.C., then you understand what I'm talking about because so many people claim DMV and they were really raised in another area or, the suburbs of D.C. But I was actually raised and did my schooling in D.C., Washington, D.C. And I moved to Maryland where our family expanded. After I got married in 2008 to my wonderful husband. Hey, boo, how you? And so now we are a family of four that includes myself, him, and our two youngest children. And then I have a bonus daughter who recently gave birth also. So I'm like, ah! Like, I got to come up with a name for the baby to call me because I'm not in a place where I'm ready to be called grandma just yet. So this is another spot where you can hit me on Instagram, or some of you who may follow me on Facebook, on my personal page, and you can give me some ideas of other things our new little one, our new grand can call me. Because something about grandma. Okay, all right. Anybody else itching as you as you think about being called grandma? Okay. Well, with that said, I love our extended family, or expanded family is a better word. And so uh I also love the idea that we'll continue to grow, and as our children continue to grow, and our two youngest get older and they develop their own families, I have the opportunity to experience something that I didn't have growing up, and I love that. um I love that our two youngest have brothers, that they're a brother and sister to each other and they have that companionship, and all of that just means so much. And so although I grew up an only child and was very loved and just appreciated my upbringing completely, I do value that my children have a sibling and can sort of turn to each other and be a support system. I'll also share in this moment why that really became significant for me, and I'm referencing the value in having a sibling. It's not that only children can't make it, because we do it, honey. I'm out here doing it, okay, as an only child. But the value of having a sibling really came to light when my mom passed in August of last year. And it's been a journey. And anyone who's experienced such a loss, or have had to walk this road, then you understand the value of having a village, having a support system, having people around you who can help you. And again, I bless God for being an only child and the life that I'm living and have lived. But I certainly can understand the value of having a sibling during this time, someone else to take on the responsibilities, someone else that can, offer some support or lean in, someone else to turn to and talk through, and not have to explain all the dynamics, because they already know. They're part of the family. They're part of the ins and outs. So I do appreciate that our children have that, and we'll be able to lean on each other throughout life. That's pretty cool. Now, me and my tangents, honey, I will pile on to that to say that there is also such a blessing in being able to choose people who become your family. My friends have become my family. And when I talk about a village, and when I talk about people rallying around me, I saw that in its truest form. Oh, hallelujah. I'm getting caught up, honey. I saw that in its truest form after my mom passed, and the deep way that people just, particular people, I want to be clear, the deep way certain people just stepped in, and I mean showed up and showed out. And here's the catch, and they're still doing it. My mom passed in August, and there are people who recognize that it doesn't just end after the funeral. And it's not over just because you seem to be doing well. Come on, somebody, honey. I'm in here preaching to myself. It's not over just because you post pictures and you're smiling. There is still a journey. There's still a struggle. And there's still issues of life that people, especially dealing with grief, are going through. And when you are an only child, or when you're the strong one, and you've always had to be strong, and you've always had to show up, and you need a safe space to be vulnerable, and others that you can be vulnerable with, and know and trust that they will care for you and nurture you through those moments. Wow, I am so grateful for the friends that God put in my place. Listen, we got stories to tell from how they have shown up to help me clean out my mama's house, and just helping me make decisions with respect to some matters regarding her estate, and the godly counsel and the wisdom and the resources that they've offered, or just, put in place. I just had to take a moment to say thank you. And so, coming full circle to Robert's question, my goodness. Regarding your question about whether or not I have a small or big family, when I grew up, as I was growing up, it was small. It was just my mom and I. But again, I'm so grateful for where I am now, and having an expanded family, a village, loved ones who are surrounding me, and an amazing set of friends who have also become family. And I'm grateful for my blood family too, because those relationships are also being formed and nurtured and developed, and just in a way where you get to see people show up differently for you. And death can do that. I remember my mom, before she, years ago, she always told me, you will find out who people really are when someone passes away or when you're getting married. And that could not be more of a truer statement, because I've learned a lot about people going through both of those experiences, and here we are today. Wow. I just had to take a pause there. That was a lot of sharing. That was a lot of emotion behind what I shared. And thank you again. Wow, this is a moment. This whole talking to myself out loud is something I do anyway. But how interesting it is to have people just send questions your way and for you to think about it. And so I'm really glad that I didn't think about the answers before coming on and really answering these questions in candor. Oh, y'all are the best. All right. Shantae, I hope I said that right. Shantae, thank you so much for sending in this next question. Another light one, folks. I'm trying to mix the bag here so we don't so I don't take us, down this dark hole and then come back, and leave us there. But Shantae's question is Shantae H. What genres of music do you like best? Well, I think the obvious answer is gospel. Come on, somebody give me a good tambourine, a bass line, and a drum beat. It's on. Oh, and don't forget the organ, please. And we can have a good time. Or if you come from the time of church where I grew up, the washboard, huh? Where are you, washboarders? Or that good old wood floor, we would just stomp and give us the sound that we would need to run all up and through that church. So yes. So gospel is certainly one of my favorite genres of music, of course. But I will be very specific in saying I absolutely love quartet style of gospel music. I mean, the storytelling, the groove, the drive. And if you haven't heard of that or haven't really leaned into that space, I encourage you to. That is some soul stirring music that really just gets to me. I love all music. I should have qualified that first up front. But there's something about quartet style music that just gets me going. What they say, I just have a Baptist fit. I love it. Now, I will say that, I am a balanced Christian, as I like to describe myself. And so there are moments that I take a break from the gospel music. And I really enjoy neo soul music, sort of, chill mode and sort of laid back music. Jazz is another genre I really enjoy. Instrumental jazz, especially. Classical is up there. I think my music selection is driven by my mood, sort of what's happening for me, what I'm thinking through, what I'm trying to process. But I will tell you this, and there's no genre for this. I love silence. I'm gonna leave that there with you. Because for somebody, I heard you jump up out your seats. I love silence. There's a lot of noise around me all the time. Naturally because of the children, but it's always just a bunch of noise from the news playing, which can become noise, or just conversations that I'm having throughout the day, or whatever's happening for me. It's just noise, not bad noise, just noise. And so I am the girl who can totally go in, turn that TV off, don't need no music, and just enjoy the silence. So again, there's no genre for that, but that is certainly one of my favorite sounds to experience. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave that there. But I think I answered the question, Shantae. And as a follow-up, what I feel like I would ask if I were interviewing someone was like, who are your favorite artists? So I'll run through those really quickly because I think that helps too. So on the gospel side, I really love Leandria Johnson. One of whose songs I'm going to spotlight as a part of today's episode. Who else? Tamala Mann, Yolanda Adams, Daryl Coley. And this is in no specific order, but and also I'm mixing the genres here, but Layla Hathaway, Rochelle Farrell. Who else do I love? Oh, Avery Sunshine. How could I forget her? I'm also gonna spotlight one of her songs. It's been my anthem here lately. And she's not Avery Sunshine is not necessarily considered a gospel artist. She's considered inspirational, and there's one of her songs that I'm going to just sort of amplify during this episode because I think it's really, really, really powerful, and it speaks to who I am and sort of my sentiment. So you'll hear from Leandria Johnson and Avery Sunshine on today's Music Spotlight in a few moments. But yeah, gosh, there are quite a few. I feel like I'm missing a handful of artists that I love. Of course, all the artists that have been on my show. Hello, how you doing? Every last one of y'all who have been on with me. I am fans of you. Be clear. From Jeremiah Hicks to Kendall King to Jay LaShawn to who am I missing? I called out Dr. Lundy earlier, Lady Eureka Wright. Oh my goodness, Mayfield Small. I'm trying to remember. I'm going off memory from all the people who've been on the show. Toby Palmer. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Forgive me if I did. I believe I captured almost everyone. Sherrod Johnson, who is not a musical artist, but a pastor, and was also a guest on one of the episodes. So definitely want to shout him out as well. Don't want to leave anyone out, but I am very much a fan of him as well. And his ministry and the work that he does. So many of you. Thank you again for gracing this online stage, if you will. But I'm fans of you all and quite a few others. But hey, listen, here's the thing, y'all. We got plenty of episodes to go because your girl ain't going nowhere. So as I think of them or in future conversation as they come up, some of the other artists that I'm fans of, I am sure will come up in conversation. So again, Shantae H, thank you so much for that question. And let's see what else we have in this mixed bag of questions here. Let's see. Oh, I'm flipping through. Nessa L. Hey, Nessa, how you doing? I love this question, and it is definitely going to cause me to think. But Nessa asks, what makes you unique? Oh, I could give the basic response like we're all unique in our own way and we all show up as God's glory. And that's true, right? I'm not taking anything away from that. But I think what is pretty cool about me is I am biracial. My father is Puerto Rican. My mom is African American. So I think that's pretty cool. And for those of you who have never seen me, because you're always listening, I have a gap in my teeth. So come on, Gap Nation. I think that makes me unique. I also have a beauty mark on my nose. It's just a beauty mark. It's not like a mole that sticks out or anything, but just a little beauty mark. But you can see it, on my face. It's very visible. And I think that also adds to my uniqueness. And there's a small community of people who also have beauty marks on their nose. And I've been able to connect with or cross paths with a few people. And we just admire each other. It's really distinct, really unique. So I'm thinking of that. Let's see what else makes me unique. I think quite a few things. I love to have fun, which is not necessarily a unique thing, but because I love to have fun, I think often people don't realize how shy. You know what? I don't think shy is the right word. I'm introverted. Like I really value my space. I really appreciate just sort of kind of being a loner. And I gotta really be in the mood to come out. Like you gotta, it's terrible But I almost have to plan weeks in advance to go somewhere because I got to wrap my mind around what that looks like and just, showing up and talking and, just engaging like that. I think I might be messing something up here by saying this, but I mean, it can be really draining. But I also don't want to mislead anyone to think that I don't like to be around people. I do. I love it. I enjoy um, encountering and engaging folks and having conversations, just like right now, right? Like we're doing right now. Or even on the many episodes where I've been able to talk to individual folks. Like all of that, I love, I enjoy. I really, 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 really do. And I love hanging out and spending time with people. But I think a good way to describe it is I'm very selective with how I use my time and who I spend my time with. I feel like that is an even better way of really summarizing my position there. So, does that make me unique? I don't know, but I think that it's an interesting fact about me that I really, really love to be around people, but I'm very selective about with whom I spend my time with. And listen, when I'm on your team, I'm on your team. We are folks and I ride for you. And it's just that simple. So I ride for y'all. Thank y'all for listening and tuning in and even continuing to listen to me ramble about myself for this short period. And to that point, I think this is a great spot for us to plug in a musical interlude. And so here's where I'm going to plug in Avery Sunshine's song, I Got Sunshine. I love this song, y'all. Like I said, it's been my anthem these days. So take a listen and let me know what you think. Avery Sunshine, I Got Sunshine. Da, 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 da. No gas is in my tank, and I got myself to thank. I had to make $10 last for 3 weeks and a day. All of my bills are due. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta keep it moving till I get my breakthrough. I see a brighter day in view. Don't you miss it for the hell you're going through. Ain't nothing gonna keep me blue. Because I got sunshine. I got sunshine on my mind. I got sunshine all the time. I got sunshine everywhere I go, and I want you to know. I got sunshine when it hurts and when nothing seems to work. I got sunshine, yeah. Do you see the sunshine? Da 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 da. Hey, da 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 da. If you're working every day, 2 jobs with barely no pay, I know it's hard to see the light with darkness in your way. Listen, let me tell you what you wanna do. Open up your mind and know the sunshine is in you. I see a brighter day in you. Don't you miss it for the hell you're going through. Ain't nothing gonna keep us blue. Listen, 'cause I know I got sunshine on my mind. I got sunshine all the time. I got sunshine everywhere I go, and I want you to know. I got sunshine when it hurts and when nothing seems to work. I got sunshine, yeah. Do you see the sunshine? Now, family, do you see the sunshine? I was gonna do some talking, but I'm not. Any sopranos? I want you to sing. Any altos? Any tenors and basses? What is y'all do? Y'all been drinking tonight? I'm all that play. Well, sopranos, I want you to sing something that sounds a little like this. Do, do,
Let me hear you say it. Get it? Oh, you better sing it like you from Philly. Till. Yeah, I'm a close, Jesus. Sing sopranos. Okay, let me get it. Now, altos, I know y'all, it was only 4 y'all that said, but I know it's more. So your part sounds a little like this. Do. Let me hear you say it. I knew it was more toes. Get it, girl. She like this too. Get it? Y'all made that last part up though. It's okay. Now, tenors and basses, you sing something that sounds like do. Let me hear you say it. Oh, don't be trying to put no stank on it now. Now listen, if you remember your parts, great. If you don't, make something up. Now I want you to put them together. Are you ready? If you feel the sunshine and you see the sunshine, I need you to sing your part. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, let me hear you sing do. There it is. Come on and say it again, say it. Do. Yeah. I got sunshine on my mind all the time. Everywhere I go and I want you to know when it hurts and when nothing seems to work, I got sunshine. Yeah, do you see the sunshine? I got sunshine on my mind. I got sunshine all the time. I got sunshine everywhere I go and I want you to know I got sunshine when it hurts and when nothing seems to work. I got sunshine. Yeah, do you see the sunshine?
So what did you think, folks? I love that song. I said it earlier. Avery Sunshine is one of my favorite artists. Again, she's not necessarily categorized as a gospel artist, but inspirational for sure. And the song we just played called I Got Sunshine is one of my favorites right now. I even said it's an anthem for me right now. So I hope you enjoyed it and dig her as much as I do. But we're back, and I have a few more questions from those of you who sent questions my way. If you're just joining or join late, then this is me. This is a get to know Lay session on air. And we, did something different this episode where this is where I get to share a little bit more about who I am based on you all. It was you who sent messages and reached out and was like, we're really digging the people that you're interviewing, but we want to know more about you. So again, thank you so much. If you missed a portion of the of me talking so far, then you can certainly hear the playback on my YouTube channel, I Heart Lay. That's I Heart Lay. But I think you joined at a great time. Again, if you joined late, and you get to hear me share more about myself. And so this next question is from Nessa L. Nessa L. This is a cool question. I love it. It's, what's your favorite thing you own and why? What's your favorite thing you own and why? I had a few things pop in my head. So this isn't the answer, but I'll tell you what popped in my head. A pillow popped in my head. It's one of my favorite things I own. Then I also thought about my wedding bands. They're very sentimental, very special to me. And literally all of this like ran through my head in a few seconds. So it was the pillow, my wedding bands. I also thought about some sentimental things that I have of my mom that I kept after she passed. And so those are very special to me. Um, I'll flip the question and say something I own that's not my favorite are shoes. I do not, do you hear me, saints and friends? I do not like wearing shoes. I don't. I don't like nothing touching my feet. But the laws of the land say you need to wear them, and also so you don't hurt yourself out here in these streets. So, so I flipped your question just a little bit, Nessa L, and I'll offer that I do not like shoes, but I own them. I own them, and the ones I own are nice. I enjoy them. Because I will now, if I got to dress up now, if I got to get my feet together, oh, I'm going to be good. But I'm going to look for the first opportunity I can take them off. That's terrible. Is there anyone else like that out there that does not like shoes, not like to wear them or like them to touch your feet? Y'all, come on. Let's start a support group, okay? This thing is real for me. So Nessa, thank you so much for your question. I tried to answer that. I haven't really placed a lot of value on different things I own, but I thought that was a really interesting question, and I hadn't thought about that before. But yeah, there are quite a few things that are really special to me and that I really value and have a lot of sentimental attachment to. And certainly, of course, the flip side of that is I have a lot of shoes, but I just don't like to wear them. I got on slippers right now. Mind your business, and I'm dressed up from the ankle up. Don't judge me. Don't do it. My slippers, and I'm dressed up from the ankle up. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Carlos J, you sent in a question. Let me read through this. Okay. So Carlos J wants to know, what was your favorite food when you were a child? Oh, y'all are coming up with some really widespread, interesting questions. And again, I challenge each of you listening to think about this answer for yourself. I would love to hear what you come up with. So Carlos J again wants to know, what was your favorite food when you were a child? I don't know. I really don't know. I cannot remember. I don't remember a particular food that I always wanted to have or that I liked. Interestingly enough, our son, who's 5, all he wants is pizza. That's it. Pepperoni pizza. That's it. What you want for breakfast, honey? Pizza. Okay, you're not going to have that. What you want for lunch? Pizza. Maybe. What you want for dinner? Pizza. I don't get it, but he really enjoys pizza. So, of course, as good parents, good stewards of his diet ministry, he doesn't get it. But he's very adamant about what he wants. And he could easily answer this question when he gets my age. Now, for me, I don't remember. I really don't remember having any special affinity to a particular food when I was younger. Now, I will offer Carlos, in true fashion, for who I am, me and my many tangents and pile-ons, I am crystal clear about my favorite food today. Huh? Let me tell you something. I'm getting caught up again. I love me a good piece of warm chocolate chip cookie. I'll say it for the people in the back. I love me a good warm chocolate chip cookie. Now, that is amazing by itself. But if you toss in a slightly frozen Pepsi, bye. Goodbye. I don't see you. Or let me tell you the alternative to the slightly frozen, and it must be slightly frozen. The alternative of that is some sweet iced tea that I make. Now, I want to be also clear here. I don't drink everybody's sweet tea. There's a process. I have a procedure. There's a standard that I have for making sweet tea. And I'm not into all the sweet tea flavors and all the other stuff. Give me some Lipton, and I got it from there. That's it. I don't know these other brands. So I don't know what I used to like, Carlos, but I tell you what I do like now. that chocolate chip cookie and a sweet tea, or paired with a slightly frozen Pepsi, is what I call bliss. Hallelujah. Glory to his name. Jesus, something stirred up in me. Think about that daggone cookie. If anyone would like to bless me with, did y'all like my commercial voice? If anyone would like to bless me with a warm chocolate chip cookie, DM me right now. I'll let you know how to get it to me. God bless you. Carlos, thank you for that question. I think I know what I'm going to do when this interview with myself wraps. All right, listen, let me finish up here. I appreciate y'all listening. I really do. And I really appreciate you all wanting to know more about me. So here I am in the fullness of me, cutting up by myself, but not really by myself because you're with me and I appreciate you all so much. So Tammy B, you are going to close us out with the last question. And this is another really thoughtful one. Tammy B wants to know, what is your favorite childhood memory? Oh, moments. What's my favorite childhood memory? Oh, gosh. I have a few. I have a few. Of course, I'm trying to narrow it down to one or even two that I could share. I know what initially popped in my mind right away as soon as I thought about the question was my 16th birthday party. It was at a park and it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. And I was surrounded by family and friends and good food, and all I remember about that day is laughing. I laughed the entire day. I mean, cracked up too. And then towards the end, my friends brought gosh, I forget what you call it, but it's like in a spray can, but it looks like foam or putty when it comes out. Not putty, but you spray it and it looks like foam a little bit. Like, oh, like stringy foam or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, help me, somebody. Pray for me, get my mind together while I'm trying to remember. That was when I was 16. But they brought that and I had never had that done before. And we sprayed all those funny stringy things. And it was just a blast. And I just remember just feeling like it was like time stood still. And then right after that, a bee stung me. So there you go. That's what sealed the deal for me. Talk about coming back to reality. That bee came on through there, through all that stringy stuff and said, this is for you. So anyway, it was still very much a favorite childhood memory of mine. Yeah, and then there was another opportunity when I was in, I think, 9th or 10th grade, where I got to travel to New Orleans, Louisiana. So, hey, my folks listening from New Orleans, Louisiana. I hope I said it. I didn't say it right. I know I didn't. I tried to get the accent in there, but it didn't work. But thank you all for listening from New Orleans. There you go. And I remember getting to travel in 9th or 10th grade where I made a speech to a crowd of, close to 3,000 people. And I was able to represent the youth voice for that moment and share and represent my age group for the special occasion. So it really meant a lot. And yeah, very special times. And I feel like, Tammy B, that was a great setup for me to get my chocolate chip cookies and sit back and think about all the wonderful memories that are coming up for me in this moment. Listen, I've had fun, and I honestly could continue talking with you all for a lot longer because I just feel at home with you all. Again, I'm so grateful for you all listening, continuing to tune in. I promise I'll have someone that I'll actually be talking to next time, but really appreciate you tuning in to hear more about me. Thank you so much for sitting in those questions. And again, just sort of tapping me on the virtual shoulder and saying, we want to know more about you. So I hope this satisfies that. And of course, as we continue to talk and continue to have interviews together or listening to interviews, you'll get to learn more and more about me. But I'm always here, always accessible on social media. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Lyrics, Laughs, and Lay. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I Heart Lay. I love y'all, for real. Really appreciate you all. And talk to y'all next week. To close us out, I'm going to have Leandria Johnson singing This Is My Exodus.
Listen, when a person becomes a believer, their spirit is made right. But sometimes the heart realm, the soul realm, the mind realm is a little slow getting the message because life has left a hole in it due to molestation, low self-esteem, abuse. But I came to tell you that God has come to heal the hole in your soul. My sister Leanne is going to help me with this story. Take your time, sister. Sing it for somebody.
Deliver me.
Rescue me from myself.
'Cause all I seem to do is hurt me.
Anybody overthink a lot? Overthink a lot. That hurts you.
Hurt me.
That's right. Now let's take it up and cry out. Say,
Lord,
yes, sir.
deliver me.
Take your time.
'Cause all I seem to do is hurt me.
Anybody out there got that message?
Hurt me.
We should be finishing it, but I need you to just say it one more time.
Lord, deliver me.
What?
'Cause all I seem to do is hurt me.
Rescue me from myself, God.
Hurt me.
Tri-City in my background. Sing. Say it again. Hold up. Rescue me from myself, from my overthinking. That's right. Now let's take it up, choir. Let's take it up. We're singing this for somebody. Get down on your knees and just say, if my people who are called by my name would just sometimes get back down on your knees and pray and say, oh, anybody got it? Do I have a witness out there? Anybody need deliverance from yourself, from your overthinking? All right, this is it. I'm going to let you take it out, Leandria. Go ahead and talk.
I'm saying goodbye to the old me. And I'm saying hello to the brand new me.
Sometimes you just got to say, thank you, Lord. Sometimes we got to get on our knees and say, God, rescue me from myself. The best is still yet to come for you. This is your exodus starting right now at this very moment. This is it. This is it. One more time, choir. One more time. This is. Take it up there. This is. If you know it. Here we go. This is.
Lord, I thank you. You gave me a chance after chance, and you never let me. Oh, and I owe you my life. I said I owe you my life. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? This is
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Lyrics and Laughs with Lay Hughes. Meet me here each and every Sunday for more artist spotlights, great music, and plenty of laughs. Throughout the week, you can follow me on Instagram at Lyrics, Laughs, and Lay, or download the FWR Gospel app for endless music and inspiration. Remember, love conquers all. See you next week.